Good afternoon, this is a Shaman Oracle reading. This is my first reading in 2023 for Pisces. Welcome Pisces. I wish you a wonderful and happy new year, and I hope you had a beautiful season so far. And I say so far because for some people there is still Christmas, namely the Orthodox Christmas, which is celebrated today in the majority of Orthodox countries in Eastern Europe, like Russia, Belarus, Georgia, the Ukraine, and Greece. But it's also celebrated in communities in Ethiopia, Kazakhstan, Macedonia, Moldova, Montenegro, and Serbia. And there, Christmas is celebrated January the 6th and tomorrow. And in Mexico, in the center, in the south of Mexico, children receive gifts on not only Christmas Eve, but also today, when the Feast of Epiphany is celebrated. And the Orthodox Christians, they use the Julian Calendar, while the rest of us, we use the Gregorian Calendar. And today here in Germany is also a holiday, and it is called Three Kings Day. So that was a bit of information, and now we come to the actual reading for Pisces, and I'm starting with the Goddess of Power Oracle card. And before that, I like to point out what the guidebook of Goddess of Power says, namely, magic is everywhere, and the Goddess of Power will help you claim it. And the question is, what kind of goddess helps Pisces to claim the magic? Well, out for Pisces came Benzai-Ten. And Benzai-Ten, this goddess relates to beauty. And she tells us you are at your most lovely when you are being yourself. The Japanese goddess of beauty, Benzai-Ten, reminds you that knowing, accepting, and honoring yourself as a spiritual being in a physical body requires self-care. Now is the time to support yourself by surrounding yourself with beauty and choosing to see its power in every aspect of your life. If you can commit to doing that, you will be amazed at how much more beauty arises to greet you. Open your eyes to the wonder everywhere, even in the most unexpected places, because beauty waits to be discovered. Consider this before you turn away from a person, a place, or a thing, because beauty is everywhere. It's your time to find it, and the goddess Benzai-Ten, she will help you. There is an alignment message. Your ability to see beauty in your world is dimmed by a momentary lapse in self-worth. The goddess of beauty asks you whether you have been set back by a visit of perfectionism, or others have withheld their support, causing you to feel small and insignificant. Whatever the circumstances, it appears that you have been hijacked by a sense of lack. Your alignment task is to restore your self-worth and to regain your equilibrium by refusing to engage in these mind games designed to dim your light. Now is the time for a positive self-inventory. And the goddess Benzai-Ten, she is here to remind you that you are a bright, shiny, beautiful being of divine power and light. You are more than enough, and the world contains more than enough beauty for you. This is a good place to dust off and start again. So that was the goddess speaking to you, Pisces. And now we come to the wisdom oracle. In the wisdom oracle, there are 3 cards to the reading. Left is your past, middle is your present, and right is your future. And I'm starting with your past, which is called round and round. And essential meanings, they are that the spiral quality of events are there when a lesson isn't quite integrated. Cycles you are challenged to break, and revisiting a pattern from a new perspective. The appearance of this card is a reminder that although it may appear that you have gone backward, the truth is that you are standing at a higher level, looking down into your circumstances. You will learn something, do something better, and break a cycle set up in the past. You actually have a bird's-eye view of your initial footprints, and you can access the wisdom and lesson learned. There is a relationship message to the card asking you, are you wondering, how did I get here again? Does something feel familiar right now in your dynamics with others? Maybe a little too familiar. Don't be surprised that you have found yourself repeating an old story with the same sort of person, who may not look similar, but who attracted you because of your easy acquaintance with his or her qualities. Your relationship is a mix of what is good and what is potentially challenging. You have been drawn to this person through the perfection of Spirit's plan for your evolution. You may have circled back to an accustomed spot, a familiar place, but that's fine, as you get to do things again, only differently this time, for you learned something of great value since the last time around. How will you choose to behave now that you are aware of this? Remain curious and stay out of the blame game. And there is a prosperity message. If you are in a scenario that appears to be an echo of something that's already happened in the past in your work life, if it is, this is because you are being invited to see what you couldn't see before. This is a perfect time for you to look at the deeper motives you have and your attraction to the opportunities and the people who have entered your life to be part of your journey to prosperity. Who helps you navigate? Who sabotages you? Who supports you? What are the familiar signs and your responses to them when you find yourself in a repeat of a pattern of the past? It's a good time to get a coach or mentor who can help you see what you can't on your own. Repeat what works, not what doesn't. And then you will feel free from the old cycles and cease going round and round. There is a protection message to the card. Are you refusing to see your own personal responsibility for repeating lessons you don't need to relearn? You have to surrender now to the fact that you are the common denominator in all these repeated performances. Be happy, for this is a wonderful spot to be in. You can now see the cycles that you wish to exit. Once you figure out that you have the power to stop going round and round, you possess the key to your freedom. So be good to yourself. It's not about blame, but only about accountability. You can have the abundant life filled with love and prosperity that Spirit so wants for you. Next card, Pisces, is your present. And the present card is deep knowing. It's about intuition, listening to the oracle within, about empathy and hypersensitivity. Intuition is the faculty that allows you to enter into a dialogue with Source, the consciousness that you are a part of but cannot see with the naked eye. It's perplexing that people are taught to ignore this natural capacity to navigate their journeys, to access their inner guidance. Know that you have an ability to read between the lines and find all the truths that was missing when the story was told. This deep knowing allows you open the door to wisdom far greater than what is available in the limitations of human experience. You are given information that may make no sense whatsoever to the logical mind or your five senses, but which is 100% correct and true. The trick is to listen and then to act accordingly. You are now invited into this sacred dialogue of deep knowing, so tune in and trust your vibes. They will be right. Ask and you will receive answers from unusual sources. There is a relationship message. There are occasions when you just know deep in your heart and soul that a person is going to play a meaningful role in your life. Someone crosses your path and suddenly, out of the blue, you are connected at a level impossible to describe. That feeling marks a moment in time etched indelibly into your soul. Someone has entered your life who will be instrumental in your journey. So pay attention. Two hearts are calling to each other to begin an alchemical process. This is also a sign that your intuition about the person you care about is correct. Trust your heart to lead you now. Magic is about to happen. And there is a prosperity message. This is a time when your hunches will pay large dividends if you listen to them. Take the risk and act. Within you there is an oracular consciousness, a higher and deeper knowing that transcends the mechanics of thinking mind. At a deep level of your intuitive senses, you have an access point to the genius of the collective, the energies of all thinkers and creators, all inventors and leaders, and all that you need in order to leap into success. They are available to tune in to for you now. This is an act of listening intently. Past the busy mind, your genius awaits. There is a protection message. You are in empathy overload and need to get grounded again, so tune out for a bit. Hypersensitive, you are suffering from psychic exhaustion. This signals a time for a recharging of your batteries. Set energetic boundaries, take a salt bath, empty your mind, and get back to you. It's not a time to be too open. Soon enough, you can let your guard down. Right now, you need self-care and self-love. It's time to say no, thank you to anyone in your life who exhausts you. And won't that feel good when you just take time out for yourself, that is, right? So, last card relating to the future. This one is called Between Worlds. And the Between Worlds relates to transitions, not quite enough out of one situation and fully engaged in another. Temporary blindness and no man's land. Between the worlds is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you are unable to see what is ahead. Cultivate curiosity and trust the process of change and growth. You are done learning the lessons of recent experiences. In this place, between what was and what will be, is a state of making and unmaking and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. There is great freedom and power to be unleashed. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life within a divine matrix of consciousness, greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, and decisions. The seeds that were planted in the past, they begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expected. When you are between the worlds, you are invented to see with the curious eyes of a child glimpsing a rainbow for the first time. So you are advised to do so as well, and then you will not be disappointed. So what that means is to see with the eyes of a child. Relationship message is this is a time to explore the new energy between you and another. It is not a moment for certainty, but rather for discovery and curiosity. You don't yet know if this will last forever, so allow yourself to explore who you are and what is reflected back to you. This relationship is meant to educate you about yourself. What do you need? What do you like or dislike? What values are important to you? You are in a critical phase of your relationship that is not to be dismissed or hurried. And there is a prosperity message. In your work, sometimes you try things that have worked for others, hoping that you too will be successful. When this symbol appears, it reminds you that sometimes the path to your prosperity is a gamble. Win or lose, you can learn much from what comes of your wager. It's a good time to bet on your skills and talents in new and different arenas. Remain curious, and with the right combination of timing and luck, you will stumble upon something golden that will be unlike anything you have ever known before. And there's a protection message. Be mindful of your expectations. This is not a time for guarantees. Things will not go exactly as you plan or dictate. Let go and see what Spirit has in store for you. What takes hold in your life will be better than you can imagine. So Pisces, that sounds beautiful for you, I think. And thanks for listening, Pisces. And tomorrow I will come back with a short reading of some kind for each zodiac sign. And maybe you come back in. Okay? So have a wonderful day, Pisces. Take care and goodbye.